Okay, so let's start our today's session. Welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. There are prayers on my screen. You can repeat with me. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shuktapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान वितांश हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. We are continuing with our discussion on Gitartha Sangraha by Srila Yamunacharya, Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya Acharya, one of the spiritual master of Sri Ramanacharya. He has written 32 verses summary on Bhagavad Gita, and Ramanacharya has given purports to Bhagavad Gita and also those verses. So let's get into them. So this is the verse for the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Um, summary for um, summary for the first chapter. Asthana sneha karunya dharma dharma dhya akulam partham prapanna uddishta shastravataram kritam. So here the translation is that Arjuna was confused. He was thinking dharma yuddha as adharmic. There's something wrong. Should not be. Why? Because he had misplaced his love and compassion. So he had misplaced it. So he was misdirecting his love and compassion. And then he surrendered to Sri Krishna, who gave the Gita Shastra to him. So there is confusion of Arjuna. This chapter is also called as Vishada Yoga, Arjuna Vishada Yoga, Lamentation by Arjuna. So he was lamenting, he was confused, and he gave many arguments that we will see. Okay. So last time we discussed that not just Arjuna but Dhritarashtra also lamented, and Duryodhana also lamented, and then Arjuna lamented. Okay, three people lamented. Lamented means were unhappy or were despair kind of thing, not accepting the situation. Okay, so let's get into this. This is the first verse, Dharma Kshetra Dhritarashtra Vacha. So one verse that Dhritarashtra speaks in Bhagavad Gita is this first verse only. He speaks Dharma Kshetra Kurukshetra Samaveta Yutsava Mamaka Pandava Shaiva Kim Kurvata Sanjaya. So there are a few things that Srila Ramanujara explains here, that Dhritarashtra is actually fearful. Why? Because everyone has assembled in a holy place like Kurukshetra, and he calls it Dharma Kshetra. So the Puranas, they explain the greatness of Kurukshetra. So first they say Kashi, that is Varanasi. If one dies on ground over there, one gets mukti. Then they talk about Prayagraj. If one dies in water or ground, one gets mukti. But in Kurukshetra, if one dies in the air also, he gets mukti. So that is the greatness of Kurukshetra. That you can get, even if someone dies in the air, he can get mukti. So fighters have assembled here, and fighters can die in the air. They are jumping up, then arrow shoots them and they die. So even with that also they'll get mukti. Such kind of great dharma kshetra, holy place is Kurukshetra. And what did they do? Akurvata. Akurvata. Akurvata means what did they do? Okay. So now the Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna to Arjuna, heard by Sanjaya, who was a driver of Bhishma. On the 10th day, Bhishma was defeated. So Sanjaya returned back to Hastinapur. And he started saying this Bhagavad Gita back to Dhritarashtra. So therefore it starts, so he's telling to Dhritarashtra here. And Dhritarashtra said, Akurvata, what did they do? Now interestingly, Akurvata means here, so Ramanacharya, many acharyas, they study the psychology of the characters. So Ramanacharya understood the psychology of Dhritarashtra, and he's saying what did he do means, did before the war, what did they do? Did they discuss up and did the Pandavas said this is Dharma Kshetra, holy place, we should not fight. So did they give up like that? Hmm? Or what influence this Dharma Kshetra is having on my sons who are actually adharmic? Huh? They are definitely going to lose. So what did they do? Did they discuss anything before? So this is the meaning of it. And here Dhritarashtra says Mamaka Pandavaschaiva. So as a king, as a leader, he should say all are my sons. But he separated out Mamaka Pandavaschaiva. My sons and Pandava's sons. So you can see he was discriminating here only, which was not meant for him as a leader, as a king. So he's lamenting, on what? He's lamenting that, this holy place, what kind of outcome will have on my sons who are impious and sinful. He's lamenting that. You understand? That is his lamentation. They have come at a very good place, but my sons are not good. So a good place won't favor my sons. So ultimately I'll be unhappy because I'll lose them. They'll die. They'll be killed here. So he's lamenting. Sanjay Vasha. दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्य उपसंगम्य राजा वचन अब्रवीत. So Sanjaya said that Duryodhan spoke. What did he speak? Drishtva tu Pandavanikam. Look at the army of the Pandavas. Vyudam Duryodhanastada. Acharya Upasangamya. Acharya. So this is, he's speaking to which Acharya? Dronacharya. So he's telling Dronacharya, look at the army of Pandavas. Look at the army of Pandavas, he's saying. And he said something, Raja Vachana Abravit. Duryodhan is Raja, so he said some words. Now, interestingly, why he could have said, no, Vacha Raja Abravit, he spoke. But why he said Raja Vachanam Abravit, why he said words spoke? Because we say like this, right? He spoke some words. When we say he spoke some words, it means those words didn't have great meaning, right? Kuch to bol ke gaya ho, he said some words. So Sanjay is indicating that he spoke such words which are not so great, don't have such great meaning. This is how Ramanacharya explains. Vachana Abravit. Vachana Abravit means speak. So definitely he spoke words. But why to put Vachanam Abravit? Why to speak? He spoke some words to tell that those words indicated fear and they were meaningless. So this is psychology. Now, even Duryodhana is fearful. And he says that in the next verse. Pashyetam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatam Chanmu Vyudam Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimataha. Now, this verse has started with a verb. Pashyetam. When do we start with a verb? If there is fire in a building, what are we going to say? Look, 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 look. We'll start with the verb, right? Look, there is a fire. So when there is fear, we start with a verb. We don't say there is fire in the house. No. We start with a verb when we are very fearful. So Pashyetam Pandu Putrana. Look at the Pandus. Acharya Mahatam Samu. Now interestingly, Pandu and Acharya have come nearby. So Duryodhana is telling to Dronacharya that actually you are more nearer to Pandava than to me, because you loved them more to me. You are more Pandu Acharya than Kaurava Acharya. And Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tava Shishyena Dhimataha. Tava Shishya, your Shishya, who is Drupada Putrena. He could have said Drishtadumna. So Drishtadumna was the army commander. He could have said, your disciple Drishtadumna, he set up such a big army. Dhimata, very intelligently. But why he said, instead of Drishtadumna, he says Dropada Putrena? Because Duryodhana is very diplomatic. By using the word Drupada, he is making Dronacharya remember his old fight with Drupada, his friend. If you read Ramabharat, they were in the same school, and once Drupada told Drona, I'll give you half the kingdom. Now when they grew up, Drona went to Drupada and said, you promised me half the kingdom, so give me. Drupada said, friendship is between equals. We are not equals. I am king, you are just a Brahmana, poor Brahmana. And he insulted Dronacharya. So by telling the name Drupada, he is making him realize that, this is the son of your enemy, of one who insulted you. Second thing he says, Tava Shishyena. And that son, you knew that he has come to kill you, but you made him his disciple. And he has intelligently set up this whole army. If you had not taught him, he wouldn't have done this. Technically, he's trying to say that. Second thing he's saying, even if you knew that he's going to kill you, still you taught him. So Acharya said, that shows that even Dronacharya is Dhimata, is intelligent. Why? Because he was a Brahmana. And if he sees a good Shishya, if he sees a good student, then he should teach. So he did his duty. So that's why Dronacharya is actually intelligent. Even though Duryodhana is trying to speak in sarcasm, Dronacharya is still Dhimata, intelligent. So yeah, I told all these points. Any question, any comment, you can interrupt me. We are going to go a little fast today. Last time I took all this, but still I want to take. So now here, any question anyone has? Any comment? You can hear me, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Atra Sura Maheshwasa Bhima Arjuna Samayudi Yuddhanu Viratascha Drupadascha Maharataha. So Duryodhana calls all of these as Maharata. Maharata means what? Maharata means the fighter who can fight with 11,000 men at a time. 11,000 men at a time is a Maharata. Then there is Ardharata, which is half of it, and there is Ardharata. There is Adi Ratha, and then there is Ardharata, that is half of Adi Ratha. Okay, so Duryodhana is calling all of these as great people. Atra Sura, heroes. First of all, he says they are heroes. Maheshwasaha. Maheshwasaha means big bowmen, mighty bowmen. You know, great arrow wielders. Hmm? Now, interestingly, Sanskrit scholars and acharyas, they can take out different meanings from each word. Okay, by dissecting it, connecting it, they can take out different meanings. Now, when we translate it in English, we will take out only one meaning. That is the problem in translation. So, when we read original Sanskrit and if we are expert, if we know Sanskrit language, then we can take out many meanings from the same word. So, Maheshwasaha, it has other meanings also. This is one meaning, mighty bowman. Okay, so Duryodhana is calling all of them as great heroes and great bowmen and Maharatha. But interestingly, he doesn't call anybody Maharatha from his own army. Later on, we will see. He doesn't call. So if one uses adjectives for his enemy, that shows that he is fearful. Getting? If one uses adjectives, oh, that's a great enemy. That shows fear in the person, right? So this is another indication of fear. दृष्टकेतु चेकितानः काशीराजस्य वीर्यवान् पुरुजित कुंती भोजश्च शैप्यश्च नरपुंगवः. These are other Maharathas in them. Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashiraja, Purujita, Kunti Bhojas. Great fighters these are. युधामनुष्य विक्रांत उत्तमोजस्य वीर्यवान सौभद्र द्रौपदेयश्च सर्व एवं महारथः. All of these are also Maharathas. Yudhama, Vikranta, Uttamauja, son of Subhadra, that is Abhimanyu. Saubhadra. Okay, sorry. Uttamauja is different guy. Saubhadra is Abhimanyu. Son of Draupadi. There are 5 sons of Draupadi. Yeah, these are all great fighters. Asmakam tu vishishtaye tan निबोध द्विजोत्तमा नायका माम सन्यस्य सम्न्यार्थम तन ब्रवीमिते. Okay. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टये तन्निबोध द्विजोत्तमा नायका माम. Okay, now I'll talk about captains in Nayaka in my Sanya, in my army. Samnyartham tam bravimite. Samnyartham. Samnyartham is translated here as information. It can another mean is as list of names. I'll tell you list of names who are Nayaka, captains in my army. Asmakam, our. So now Ramanujacharya says Duryodhana used the word asmakam. Asmakam means like, I'll tell you the good people among our army. Not the whole army, but in our army who are great. Like in our 4th class, who are great. Not like those who are not, they cannot be compared with 10th class people. In our class only, these are great people. So that's what he's saying. In our army, this is great. They may not be compared to the other army, but in our army, these are great people. I'll tell you their names. Samnyartham. Samnyartham means I'll list you. Now, why he says I will list? Because he says these are glorious by name only. And now he'll take the names of them and we'll come back here. Bhavan Bhishmasya Karanasya Kripasya Samnitan Ijaya Ashwathama Vikaranasya Saumadattas Tathaivacha. Bhishma, Karana, Kripa, Ashwathama, Saumadatta, Vikarna. And let's see. Okay. So he takes names of these. Why he lists them? Why he lists only these names? Very interestingly, last time I told Drona Bhishma Kripa. He knew that they are affectionate for Pandava. They liked Pandava, they loved Pandavas. Bhishma said, I won't kill Pandavas. Drona and Dripacharya, they didn't say, but Duryodhana knew that if they come, these won't fight so strongly. Then he names Karna also. So he is actually listing the names of those who are limiting, who are limit, who have some limitations. So Drona, Bhishma, Kripa, they have limitation. Karna, he also has limitation because he was cursed, and he said, "I will only kill Arjuna." Ashwadhama. Ashwadhama was not taught properly because Drona saw his own father saw that this my son is he can be very envious. You know, he holds envy towards people. So I don't want to give him the best of the best because that will become problem. So he didn't teach him how to use Brahmastra. He only taught to Arjuna. Now, Ashwadhama wanted to learn Brahmastra, but Drona was not keen in giving this knowledge to Ashwadhama because he thought Ashwadhama misuse it. So Ashwadhama went somewhere else and he learned how to use Brahmastra. And that also he learned half only. Half means he could just throw Brahmastra, but he couldn't withdraw it. He couldn't withdraw it. Like, fire and shoot missiles are there, na? Indian army has, every army has fire and shoot missile. You aim it and shoot it. But then there are guided missiles also. In guided missiles, you can shoot it towards a target, and on the way only you can change targets or you can dud it. DUD. Dud it means you can turn it off. Why? Which is better? Fire and shoot or this guided missile? Definitely guided missile is much better, right? Because you can direct it towards the new target in midway only. Understanding now that is the important target, right? Or you can dud it. If there is no target, there was some illusion of target and unnecessary the bomb is in the air and it will blast. You can dud it. You can turn it off. So one needs to have whole knowledge. But Ashwadhama was thinking, okay, I know now how to shoot. That is enough. He never thought I will ever have to withdraw. I will only have to shoot. So like that, there were limitations in Ashwadhama, which Duryodhana knew. And it happens multiple times also. Ashwadhama told lies also to Duryodhana. When he killed the 5 sons of Draupadi, he said, I have killed Pandavas. And Duryodhana got angry on him. Yeah, these are not Pandavas. And you killed these sons. That means you killed the Kaurava line also. So he kicked Ashwadhama at the end. Vikarna. Vikarna was Duryodhana's brother. But he spoke against Duryodhana when Draupadi was getting insulted. So you don't want to have people around who insult you, right? That's a general tendency. So Duryodhana was not so happy with Vikarna because he knew that he kabhi bhi uth ke mere ko hi chillayega. And Somadatta is another name is Bhurishrava. He was also cursed by Shiva. Some story is there where he got cursed by Shiva. Cursed by Shiva means what? Like Karna is cursed, Bhurishrava is cursed. What happens when one is cursed? Can anyone tell what happens when one is cursed? Anyone? If we come to know this place is not good, we won't like to go there, right? There is some problem, there is some danger over there. So curse is like that. It won't result in good things. You getting? So if you're surrounded with people who are cursed, they are limited, it's kind of being disabled. Karna was cursed for what? At the very crucial moment, he will forget. Right? At the very crucial moment, you will forget. So compared to, this is war. This is the most crucial version. And I have this person with me who will forget. Karna. Do you like to have forgetful people around you?
No, Prabhu.
Yeah. so so Duryodhana is lamenting. See, I have these people, for name only they are great. Now you understand? For name only they are great. Bhishma, Drona, Kripa. Oh, really, these are big, big names. That's it. But they don't want to kill the enemies. Karna, Burishrava, oh, they are limited, like disabled people. How will they fight for me? Ashwadhama, he's just boastful, but he does mistakes, and he has learnt art half only. Vikarna, uh, if I tell him to go and fight, he may not go and fight because he doesn't listen to me. So this is lamenting. So he doesn't call any of them Maharatha. He called the Pandavas army, the captains in Pandavas army as Maharatha, great people. But to his people, he called Shura, brave person. Maharatha means one who is highly brave, bigger than brave, fighting with 11,000 people at a time. But to his people, he only said these are just brave. So this is the fear and lamentation and underconfidence of Duryodhana. भवान् भीष्मस्य कर्णस्य कृपस्य समिता जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णस्य सौमदत्तस्य तथैव च. Okay, this we read. अन्ये च बहवः सूरा मदर्थे त्यक्त जीविताः नानाशास्त्र परा नानाशस्त्र परायणाः सर्वे युद्ध विशारदः. All of these are assembled for what? Mad arthe tukta jivitaha. For my purpose, they will give their life. Tukta jivitaha means they will give up their life for my purpose. All these great heroes, Shura, they have come here to die for me. This shows his what? Selfishness. Second, it shows his underconfidence also. Why? Because he's not telling they have come here to win for me. You can tell the same things in multiple ways. You can say, okay, these people are there to win for me, these people are there to kill for me. But then Duryodhana said these people are there to die for me. Huh? Because they are already limited, so they are already dead for me. With them I am also going to die. So he's showing his lack of confidence here. He's showing his lack of confidence. Yeah, another great verse. Aparyaptam tad asmakam balam bhishma virakshitam paryaptam idam itisam balam bhima virakshitam. Now this word is used, aparyaptam and paryaptam. Now some acharyas, they say aparyaptam means immeasurable, unlimited, and paryaptam means limited. Okay, but it has another meaning also. In Sanskrit, a word can have another meaning. Aparyaptam means something that is not enough, it is insufficient. So, one translation says, with Bhishma, it is aparyaptam, immeasurable. Immeasurable, meaning lot of power he has, unlimited. And Bhima is paryaptam, limited. But it could be other way also. Aparyaptam means Bhishma is insufficient, and paryaptam means Bhima is sufficient. Now, why Duryodhana is saying Bhishma is insufficient? Can you tell me? I already told some clue in the previous shloka. Some clue is there. Why he thinks Bhishma is insufficient, limited?
Prabhu, he is affectionate to
He's
Pandavas.
affectionate to whom? His enemies.
Okay.
Right? That is the problem, na? If
Yes.
you are affectionate to enemies, you may not kill that enemy. And that's what Bhishma is openly told. I won't kill the Pandavas. So, aparyaptam. Yeah, it's not enough. And then Bhima is paryaptam. Why? What vow did Bhima take when Draupadi was insulted? What vow did he take?
That he will kill all the Kauravas.
He will kill all the Kauravas. So now we have one person, Bhishma, who is saying, I won't kill the Pandavas. And on the other side, we have one person who is determined to kill. So who is stronger here in determination? Definitely Bhima, right? So he is paryaptam. He is enough. But Bhishma is insufficient because he is not killing the Pandavas. He said, I will kill 10,000 people every day. That is not enough. Right? What Duryodhan wanted, I want to kill the Pandavas, everybody. But Bhishma is telling, no, I will only kill 10,000 people. Pandavas, I will keep them away. Do you want to have such an arsenal in your army, which will kill only selective people and not all of them? No, right? You want to have weapons which are more powerful, they are more determined. So Ramanusharya takes opposite meanings here to aparyapta and paryapta. See, technically Duryodhan meant aparyapta means unlimited. Bhishma is unlimited. Technically he meant that. Internally he didn't mean that. Okay, internally he didn't mean that. Okay, internally he knew it's not enough, man. Why we say that internally didn't knew? Because in the very next verse he says this thing. आये अयनेषु स सर्वेषु यथा भागवान अवस्थितः भीष्म एवाभिरक्षन्तु भवान्तः सर्व एव हि what he says भीष्म एवाभिरक्षन्तु रक्षा करो भीष्म की you protect Bhishma, every one of you protect Bhishma, every time you protect Bhishma. Now if he meant Bhishma to be unlimited, why he is saying to protect Bhishma? You understand this logic? Previously he said aparyaptam. Now he is saying protect him. So what did he actually mean? He actually means Bhishma is not enough. So this meaning is more appropriate. You're getting? If he had said there is no need to protect Bhishma, Bhishma will protect us. He should have said the other way, na? Bhishma will protect us. Are you getting this point? But what he says, everyone protect Bhishma, okay? So this shows underconfidence of Duryodhan and little hope that he had when Bhishma was there. So he told everyone, please protect Bhishma. Okay, so then Bhishma knew that Duryodhan is little upset. He heard these words. So what he did? Tasya Sanjayan Harsham. Harsha means cheerfulness. To cheer up his grandson Duryodhan, what he did? Simmanadam Vinodachati. He took his Shankha. Shankha Daddo Prabhatavan. He took his Shankha and he blew. That gave some cheer to, happiness to Duryodhan. Bhishma understood the psychology of Duryodhan. So, and he understood that this fellow is actually, losing confidence. And as a grandfather, he blew the conch shell and he said, hey, I will fight for you. Don't worry. And then Duryodhan said, okay. So, to give that cheerfulness, he did that. To give some Duryodhan joy, he blew his shankh. Tatha shankasya bhairyasya panvaka gomukaha. So what happened is when Bhishma blew his conch shell, Immediately everyone in Kaurava's army started blowing the conch shell. So it gave a big sound over there. Everybody blowing the conch shell. Not just Bhishma, but everyone. Then what happened? Tata Shwete Hare Yukte. Okay. Mahati Snyanade Stitho Madhava Pandava Shaiva Divyo Shankha Pramodataha. After they had all, blew their Shankha, then Sanjaya said, Madhava Pandava Shaiva Divyo Shankha Pramodata. Madhava and then the Pandavas, they blew their conch shell. Now, interestingly, Sanjay uses the word Madhava first, then Pandavas next. Madhava is who? Who is Madhava?
Krishna.
Krishna, right? So he's saying Krishna and Pandavas. But who is fighting? Among the two, who is fighting? Madhava is fighting or Pandava is fighting?
Pandavas.
Pandavas are fighting, right? So here, first time in anyone's declaration, the driver of the army, the chariot driver is mentioned first. Do you mention a great person's driver first and then the great person? The driver of Prime Minister Modi has come. Do you say like that? No, right? You never say. You directly say Modi has come. Isn't it?
Yes.
But why Sanjaya using this word Madhava? Madhava means husband of Lakshmi, and it has another meaning also. Another meaning that Ramanacharya gives is nobody is above him. So Sanjaya wanted to indicate that nobody is that no one is above Krishna, and he's on the side of Pandava. This is how Sanjaya is also diplomatically speaking. Nobody who's above Krishna, that Krishna is standing on the other side with Pandavas, okay? And he is blowing the Shankar. And how does they blow? The names of the Shankar are given. And okay, we'll come back here. And everyone blows. Yudhishthira, Nakulaha, and they do it one after the another. Prithak, prithak. Prithak, prithak means they do it one after the another. Now, why did they do one after the another? Or what happened? Why it is said prithak, prithak? Because even a single blowing from the Pandava was enough to shatter the hats of Kauravas. This is what Sanjaya wants to tell to Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra. Prithak, prithak. Just by one blowing, the other party was afraid. The other party thought we will blow together. But here what happened is everyone, each person, they blew individually. And that individual was enough to shatter the heart of Kauravas. This is indirectly he is saying to Dhritarashtra. Bhishma had a Bhima had a conch shell named Paundra. So many names are there, Ananta Vijaya and all that. Paundra means to break. So when he blew, it breaks the enemy's heart, the confidence of heart. Another name of Bhima is Vikradhara. Now, Vikradhara means, another meaning is jackal. Jackal, do you see any fat jackal in any photo? Do you see fat jackals? No, right? So, Bhima was very strong and very huge personality, but his belly was narrow, just like a jackal. Generally, we think, okay, his belly may be big, but actually his belly was narrow. And then the word Yudhishthir is used. Yudhishthir means sthira. He's firm in war. He was better to Arjuna and Bhima in terms of strategy and firmness. Bhima and Arjuna, they didn't understand strategic, but Yudhishthir understood. Arjuna was confused, Duryodhana was lamenting, Bhima would get angry, but Yudhishthir was sthira. He was diplomatic, he was strategic, he knew everything. He knew what is going to happen. Arjuna and Bhima couldn't understand that, but he knew. That is the greatness of Yudhishthira. Okay, this we said. Okay, so what happened when the Pandavas blew? Sa ghosho dhatarashtrani hridayani vidyarat. Their hearts were hridaya. The hearts of Dhatarashtra, the sons of Dhritarashtra, they were Vyadarata. Vyadarata means shattered, broke. Their hearts were broken hearing one conch shell, sound of the Pandavas. Namasya Prithivayam Chaiva. That sound echoed in the heavens and they came back. Tumulo hui abhyudhyana. So this is how Sanjay is telling indirectly to Dhritarashtra, your boys, they were completely shattered, man, when they blew one conch shell. So he's telling like that. Okay. Now, very interestingly, Arjuna says the famous words to Rishikesh, Krishna. What? Senayor madhe ratham sthape mechyuta. Achyuta, one who doesn't fail. Take my chariot, Ratham, where Senayar Ubhayor Madhye, in the middle of the battlefield. Why? Yavad Ekta Nirikshe Aham. Nirikshe means I want to closely watch who has come. Yuddhukamam, those who are designing for war, let me see them, let me closely see them. Niriksha. Let me closely look at all of them. Now there is a problem in this. Closely looking at others. What happens if we closely look at other person? Huh? Can you tell what happens when we closely look at other person?
You will not forget easily. Like
Okay, you will not forget easily. That person will start.
We understand the strengths and the weaknesses of that person.
Okay, we understand strengths and weaknesses of that person. So that was what Arjuna thought. But what happened?
He got bewildered because he realized his own weakness.
He got weak. Why? Because when he started analyzing, what did he see? Arey, my grandfather has come. Arey, my guru has come. And they are on the opposite side fighting with me. That was the problem. If he didn't had Niriksha, if he didn't closely look, he wouldn't get into this trap. You're getting? He wouldn't get into this trap. So sometimes closely looking also is problematic. Closely looking also is problematic. And that's what happens. Now, interestingly, Krishna, what he does? Where do you think Krishna will take Arjuna first? See, this is the verse. Bhishma Drona Pramukataha. So where did Krishna took the chariot? Even though he said middle, Krishna purposefully took them in front of whom?
Bhishma and Drona.
Bhishma and Drona are the favorite personalities of Arjuna. And now he's going to closely watch them. Suppose, you travel or you come after a few years. Suppose, you visit your native place after few years. and you get down on the from the railway station or from your car, and the first person you see is a grandfather, how will you feel? How will you feel if you see your grandfather in front of you? You're meeting him after 2 years, 3 years. You will feel happiness, right? Great happiness will be there, isn't it? So that relationship, that love of grandfather came in the heart of Arjuna. With that, it augmented with the love of teacher also. And what Krishna is saying, oh, just behold, Partha, all the Kurus are here. Even though he brought them in front of his grandfather and he's saying all the Kurus are here. Okay? So he's showing him. What did he see? तत्र पश्ये स्थितिं पार्थ पित्रान् अतः पितामहान् आचार्य मातुलां भ्रात्रान् पुत्र पौत्रं सखीं सतरा स्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि. In this sena I can see whom? Pitran, fathers, grandfather, guru, matulan, maternal uncles, bhratran, brothers, putran, sons, pautran, grandsons, sakhims, friends, swashurans. Swashurans means father-in-laws, surudaschaiva, well-wishers, and they are on the other side fighting. Now, some meanings he gives, of which the word sakha. Sakha means what? Friend, right? Now, there are multiple meanings of, multiple words for the same meaning, friend, but it has different meanings actually. There is sakha, saudran, mitra, right? All of these, if we translate in English, it comes to one word only, friend. But in Sanskrit, they have slightly different meaning. Sakha means friend, actually a well-wisher, who is on an equal level. So this friend who is on an equal level is called Sakha. And the best example of Sakha is wife and husband. They are to be considered to be on equal level and they are friends. If you ever read Saptapadi, it always talks about this Sakha only. The word Sakha is used multiple times over there. So ultimately it means that the husband tells to wife that, be my friend in this journey, in ups and downs of my life. So married life, husband and wife is all about what? If we try to replace this married life in one word, what will it come out to be? Yes? Married life equal to what it comes out to be?
As you said, wife and husband.
What is this? Sakha. Sakha means what? Married life equal to, if I need to replace it with one word, what it is it?
Sakha.
Sakha. Sakha means friendship. So we have to be friends in married life. But what we see modern people saying, after divorce they are saying we are friends. So they never understood what is married life. Getting? Married life is all about friendship. Okay. Suridha. Suridha means it is also friendship, but it has a little slightly different meaning. This also means well-wisher. But here, the friend is slightly elder to us. So here the Guru, the Paramatma, little bit elder brothers, these are the well-wishers. Suridha. Now, in Sri Sampradaya, they study Ramayana a lot. So Ramanacharya, he picks up this verse from Ramayana, which talks about friendship with Sugriva. So Sugriva and Rama, they took an oath of friendship, right? What did they say? Ekam dukkham sukham sanyo. In sukha dukkha will be together. It is very similar to vow taken by husband and wife, right? Yes. So in the friendship also he took the same vow. In dukkham sukham ekam. Will be together. Will be same. And Ramanacharya says that your dukkha will be my sukha will be your dukkha. I mean, sorry, your dukkha will be my dukkha, and my sukha will be your sukha. It's like that. My good is your good, your bad is my bad, you know, like that. So when Vali dies, Sugriva is crying. At that point, Rama also starts to cry. Why Rama had to cry? He only killed Vali. Why he had to cry? Because he felt the sadness of Sugriva. And he expressed that by crying also. So when Vali died, Sugriva cried. So because Sugriva cried, Rama also cried. This is friendship. Equally happy and sad. So if you go back to the definition of husband-wife, it is ekam dukkham sukham. My happiness is your happiness. Your sadness is my sadness. So this is some detail of word sakha. Okay, we'll take some more time here. Okay, so now Arjuna feels something, he starts saying how he's feeling. Dishtve mam swajanam Krishna yud sama samustitan siddhanti mama gatrani mukham sa parishushati. Siddhanti mam gatrani. Siddhanti mam gatrani means my limbs of my body, they are siddhanti, they are quivering, they are shaking. I'm shaking, Krishna, I'm shaking. Mukham sa paripushyati. My mouth is drying, Krishna, my mouth is drying. I'm shaking, I'm drying. Okay, my mouth is drying. Okay, one thing he says. Second he says, Veputasya sharire me roma harshas jayate. Roma harshas jayate. My hair on my body is standing on my hand. Oh, Gandiva samshrite hastat. My Gandiva is falling down. I'm not able to, compose myself. I'm feeling burning sensation. I'm feeling burning sensation. Nata shakshnoshi vyavastithum brahmativa cha may manaha nimittani pashyami pritani keshava. I'm unable to stand here any longer. I'm forgetting myself. My mind is reeling. I'm seeing only causes of misfortune. Oh Krishna, killer of Keshi demon. So all these feelings that he is telling is stress feeling, right? If somebody is in stress, extreme stress, their bodies will tremble. Whatever is in their hand will fall down. They may go unconscious, right? Now, interestingly, all of these feelings come to a Shuddha Bhakta, to a pure devotee of the Lord, when they see the Lord or they remember the Lord. Mouth is burning, body is shivering, hairs are standing on end, not able to compose oneself. Same feeling comes. But because it is in love for God, it is in love for Krishna, it is good. But if the same feeling comes for wrong purpose, then it is stress, then it is mental breakdown, nervous breakdown, right? A pure devotee doesn't go under nervous breakdown or mental breakdown. He undergoes transcendental happiness. Why Arjuna had to go under those mental and nervous breakdown? So that's why Yamunacharya says, Asthana sneha karunya. Asthan means what? There is sthan and then there is asthan. Asthan means not the right place. Getting? Asthan. When we put a in front of a word, it becomes not. Isn't it? You know this, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So asthan means that is not the right place. For what? Sneha and karunya. All this shivering and all these things you're doing now, you're doing it on a wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. So therefore Yamunacharya, he summarizes this verse. Asthana sneha karunya dharma dharma divya dhya akulam. First of all this sneha, you are misplacing it. You are putting it in a wrong direction, Arjuna. Okay, we were 27. Why it is asthan? Because he was showing these emotions to whom? To adharmic Kauravas. Right? They were not good people. Duryodhan tried to poison, tried to kill them, cheated them, and you are showing love to them? Huh? Asthana, right? Not the right place to show love to these people. Any argument over this? We should not show love and mercy to adharmic people. Any comment on this? Do you agree with this?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu,
Yeah.
sometimes it is mercy only to kill them, because if they keep on continuing with their behavior, that will be
Agreed.
more wrong to them.
Yes, but you know what Arjuna is telling? I don't want to kill them. Right? Later on he says, no, I don't want to kill them.
Yes.
That was the problem, na? That was the problem. So to adharmic people, one should not have shown this kind of mercy. Now, Ramanacharya gives many verses from Ramayana, which shows Ram also showing these emotions. My hand is quivering, my body is shaking, he says. But he was telling them in terms of his dharmic people. And who were there? Their brothers and Sugriva. Like he says to Lakshmana, if I were to get some happiness, that Bharat and Shatrughna won't get, and you also won't get, Lakshman, then I don't want that happiness. This is called brotherhood. If I'm going to get a happiness, I'm going to get something, but my other brothers are not going to get it. I don't want it for myself. Arjuna also says very similarly, right? I won't get happiness. Better I only die. Let they be happy. But it is not recommended, because you are talking with adharmic people. These are not good people. Should not show such things. Okay? So, asthana sneha karunya. Okay. So, remaining verses, the lamentation of Duryodhan and Dhritarashtra and little bit of Arjuna we saw. The remaining verses of lamentation by Arjuna we will see next week. Any questions or comments at this point? It is 2 p.m. Any questions or comments?
Prabhuji, could not understand the last part of this. What you said about Ram said about the brothers, like.
Okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Sorry, I could not. Yeah, properly understood.
Yeah. So what he said was that if I were to get a happiness, But
Yes, Prabhu.
but Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrugna, they won't get that happiness. Then I don't want such kind of happiness.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Then I don't want
Yeah.
such kind of happiness, right?
Yes, sir.
So Arjuna also says very little bit similar things. He says, only I will get this happiness. They won't get this happiness. So better I die. Later on he says like that, na? I will win the kingdom. They will die. I don't want that kind of happiness.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhu.
And
Yeah.
the problem was, they had to die because they were acting adharmic. So we should not show our love and mercy towards concern towards adharmic people like that. Is that clear?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. Any comment? Okay. Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Shri
Thank you.
Ramanacharya and Yamunacharya ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.